I'm Greg Zanis, inventor of DreamCar123.com. I'd like to talk to you today about paintings, and this painting is called painting number 2. And what it shows again are Mars, Venus, Mercury, and the Earth. So what we're doing again is once we've built our square on the Earth and on the Moon, then we're going to start sending entire pyramid buildings via the light beam over to the other planets. For example, we'd like to send one over towards Mercury and have one floating around. And immediately after that, send one over to Mars. And this might take 6 months and it might take 3 years for it to float over there. It won't actually be running on rocket power as much as once we get inertia moving. And then we'd like to move one over and include Venus and Mercury and Mars and Earth. And now what you see here in this painting is a complete square. The sun is here in the center, and what it's doing is sending power to all 4 of these new pyramids, excluding the ones that go around the Moon and on the Earth. Now we've got our first intersolar system building system. If you notice here, we're also ready to send these out into other areas. We'd like to also slowly get some of the other planets incorporated. Like Pluto is too far out, but we need to have one floating around Pluto. Pluto might not actually pick up enough light to sustain life, but when we have 16 times the power of the sun to send out a light beam to our pyramid building in Pluto, this is going to sustain life. This will be the launching to the next solar system, and we'll be talking about the next solar system in the very next video, because we're finally down to very few more paintings. And you can also download this painting in high res or take a look at it on our webpage under photos and see all of the paintings that we're talking about, where you can stop and study these paintings. You can blow up on them and take a look at the details. You'll be able to, of course, identify the planets just by looking at them. And you probably, like I said, everyone has a number. And what we're doing here is we're building our own world. If and when the Earth was to go toxic, and we start having tens of thousands of people living in these buildings away from the Earth, we don't actually have to land on these planets. If you notice, Mercury, we don't believe we can land on Mercury. We believe that's a very toxic planet, but we do believe we can land on Mars. And it's not so much that we need to land on these, because we are a totally self-contained environment. And I'm Greg Zanis. See you next time.